Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Grumpy Old Gamers podcast. You can't teach an old gamer new tricks. I'm Ryan, and with me, as always, my good buddy Rob.
Hello there. You always get right into the camera here. I feel like I'm doing the podcast a disservice by not, although I'm keeping my face away from the camera, and that's probably good for the video listeners.
Well, I think we talked about this before, as I have a shelf above my monitor,
Yes.
and I can't put my actual camera on my monitor like most people do, because otherwise you would see, like, it would be like this. Like,
I got
it's
you.
like
I got you.
it's like I'd be in a really low roofed room.
And
So,
I'm currently recording on a Logitech Potato. So it's
Logitech.
you can kind of make out there's a person back here. Kind of a
It's
person.
amazing.
More of an empty husk.
It's
I'm an empty
amazing the
husk.
things that they will put USB on nowadays.
It's true.
They plugged the camera and a USB cord into a potato and said, "Here you go."
Yep. They said, mash this.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
There you go.
that was a horrible one. I'm trying to think of a better one. There's so many potato puns. Why can I not think of any now? You want fries with your USB?
There you go.
Um,
Uh,
leave the skin for late. Okay, anyway.
well, look at that. We're 30 seconds in and we're way off on a tangent already.
Yep. There you go.
All right.
All right.
Well, Rob, welcome. This is episode number 137.
Hey.
Yeah. How you been doing? You know, we
Do-
said we were gonna try and be more consistent, and then we
And
haven't
we
done another.
lied.
We lied.
We lied to you.
And then June 11th was our last episode, and we're recording this on August 29th.
I mean, to be fair, it's the same year.
Yeah, that's true.
Technically almost the same season. So
Yeah,
that's good.
yeah, I'll take that. I'll take it.
Yeah. I've still only played 2 games. I'm sure I've played more games. I just don't remember.
Yeah,
I'll make them up as I'm going along here.
I'm sure your memory will be jogged
Yep.
as we're going.
I'm sure companies have laid off like 30,000 people in the last 4 months. So
Yeah.
yeah. But there's some happy stuff to talk about too.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of the summer is great for game reveals and game talk, and
I think so. The last time we got together, we were talking about the summer games, right?
we were
Okay.
absolutely.
And now Gamescom happened, what was that, a week or two ago now?
Yeah. And like actually like I know we didn't have it in here, but like Ubisoft had there were a bunch of developers that like 3 or 4 weeks ago had all sorts of
Oh
talks.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
We put our show notes together on kind of a last minute basis because we both have jobs.
Yeah,
And if we remember something, we'll talk about it. Otherwise,
pretty
it's
much.
going to be an
Yeah.
all Borderlands show. We're going to talk about everyone's favorite hit movie of the summer, Borderlands.
Uh-huh. Is it still sitting at
Is what I would say.
Is that still sitting at a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes?
I think they got up to 6 or 7,
Did they?
but
Let's,
it's absurd. Like it is so bad. Like I mean, I called it. I hate to say I called it, but I called it. I'm like,
yeah.
none of these actors are the right fit for any of these roles. Like,
So that's interesting. So the critic meter is 10%. But the people meter, like you and me, who have come in and rated it, it's at 53, which is actually kind of respectable. So
that seems a bit high, but I mean,
well,
people like things.
You got to go vote if you wanted to.
Yeah, because not to bury the lead, but It's not only bad, it's not good bad. It's boring bad.
Mm.
Um, yeah, like the two lead women characters who are supposed to be in like their 20s or 30s are in their 50s and 60s. Which I'm not to say they're not, they're fantastic actresses, but they weren't the right fit.
Yeah.
I mean, not like I keep saying it's Kevin Hart. Yeah, Kevin Hart is about 3 feet too short to play that role. Um, yeah, and then they when made pretty much the entire movie not really based on or following any sort of lore.
Oh,
But you know what? At least Randy Pitchford lost money,
I
so
mean,
there's a
if there's any, yeah, if there's any,
yeah.
well,
He was very upset.
before we get into news and totally get off of topic here.
I think that train derailed a long
Yeah.
time
Oh
ago,
yeah.
sir.
I know. Oh no. Oh. Whew. I just want to have one little bit of housekeeping, and that I have a working link again for Buzzsprout. And the deal right now is if you follow the link and you sign up for a month, they will give you a month free of whatever service you sign up for. So 2 for 1. Can't beat that. And you can do this podcasting thing on a semi-annual basis like we do.
Yep, we're really getting our money's worth. That and the website.
Yeah.
I just repaid for the website for a year.
Oh no.
I'm not sure why we have it for top 10 lists once a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just gonna start selling like drug paraphernalia on it.
Why not?
Just see if like any of you guys notice. Be like, oh, I could buy a bong on. It's got Pac-Man on it.
Yeah. Along with Pac-Man on grumpyoldgamers.com.
Yeah. So the funny, I know it's another derailment, but
Mm-hmm.
the funny story about the Pac-Man symbol you'll see on some of our stuff, like the really old logos, is that's I made that in like 10 minutes with Canva. I licensed, I paid so I could use Pac-Man. Probably one of the few things I paid for on the website there. And so my daughter wanted to make. She was
Mm.
experimenting with a website where you can sell people cups and mugs and things like that. And then when the order comes through, she put it through and they'd print it or make it, then they'd send it off. Well, I put that on a mug, and we got precisely one mug mailed out before we were told we couldn't use that anymore due to copyright.
Copyright infringement.
So I have a one of a kind Grumpy Old Gamers mug that
Awesome.
I should drink coffee more from when we're here, but I never remember. That's my story.
Awesome.
Yeah, yeah,
If
yeah.
you would like us to have some merchandise, let us know. Send us an email to makeusgrumpy@gmail.com.
Look at you.
Huh? Huh? All right. So let's get into. We have Gamescom news, and we have Nintendo Indian Partner Showcase news. So let's hope everybody packed a lunch because there's a lot. And yeah, I'll let you start things off, Rob.
Sure. Yeah, so basically, because, and this teaser trailer was thoroughly released to kind of make people forget about the horrible movie that had been out before. That's not just my theory, that's a lot of people's theories. Borderlands 4 teaser trailer. Basically, like it was all it was all cinematic. It was all and it was basically made in a hurry just to be like, hey, look, no, we still make stuff. Forget about this over here. Don't look at the movie. Kevin Hart never acted in it. We don't. This movie will not exist in 2 years. And it looked Borderlands-ish. You know, it's you kind of know what you're getting with a Borderlands game. It didn't have anything about any special story or anything. It just showed some shooting and yeah, it was a teaser trailer.
Yeah.
It's coming out sometime in 2025, probably.
more than likely.
That's what they say. Don't hold your breath. That's Borderlands,
Okay.
a game.
So another thing announced was a new Dying Light game called Dying Light: The Beast, and so they're promising with this one that instead of it being, remember there was the claims coming out of Dying Light 2 that it was like a 400-hour game or something. Like if you wanted to play every,
Sure, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So now they're promising that they're made this is it's a smaller game and it's only going to be about 20 hours of gameplay.
Okay,
So, but it's
that's cool.
it's called The Beast. It looks like it's happening in like a forest tree area instead of in the urban landscape like the previous ones.
It's really two of the safest places to put zombie games because you wouldn't really have one in the desert because it's like, oh, zombie there. It's about 300 feet that way.
Yeah, just
Should be
avoid
here in
them.
about two days.
It's also going
Lots
to
of
have
places to jump out.
four-player co-op, or you can
Ah,
play it solo.
like Hans,
Hans.
Hans,
So yeah,
Hans, Hans Gruber.
they announced that.
Yeah. Well, next one. Um, I haven't played this series in a while, but Civilization 7 had a gameplay reveal. And we kind of knew it was coming out. I mean, it looks like Civ,
Hmm.
like every Civilization game that's ever come out. But I mean, it looks really good. Honestly, it's one of the original. I'll just play one more turn, and next thing it's Wednesday kind of games. Um, I cut my teeth on like Civ 2 back in the day, like hundreds of hours, and
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm glad they're still making them.
Mm-hmm.
And they say it's going to run on the Switch.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll just be like 7 or 8 pixels, but
Yeah.
or it'll be a cloud game maybe. But
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I wonder. Yeah, or maybe it's the Switch too. Brent confirmed. Switch 2.
They gave a release date too, hey?
They
February
did February 11th.
February 11th. So
Yeah.
we are looking then. Speaking of release dates, we got a new trailer and a release date for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. It is coming December 9th. But probably the biggest bit of news around this,
Hmm.
they also announced coming to PS5 in spring of 2025, which has caused a bit of uproar amongst the Xbox enthusiasts.
Right.
Because they're
Right.
like, what are you doing with our exclusives? Bro?
Bro.
Bro?
Whereas Microsoft says we like the money.
Yeah. I
Show us the money.
I mean, Uncle Phil there has been saying for a while that there's no money in exclusives don't make you the money, I guess. So,
Hmm.
um, but I mean, they haven't announced anything for Starfield, right? That's another
Very true.
Bethesda game,
Hmm.
but they do for this one. So maybe they're just trying it out. Maybe this will be a
Yep.
flagship of it. So,
Give the PlayStation players a taste.
hmm that's but I mean, I can't wait to give it a try. I'll renew my X Game Pass to play that.
I heard Indiana Jones in his like 17th game. He's kind of forgets where he's flying and lands plane in a his private plane in a field somewhere.
Yes, yeah.
It's a Harrison Ford.
Art
Yeah,
imitating life, right?
yeah. It's like I don't know. Harrison Ford kind of reminds me of like Joe Biden right now, where he's just like wandering off in a field and people have to go get him, and you're like, oh, I hate to see him like this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's still indie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not to get all political. It just anyway. Sorry. Also, Marvel Rivals release date.
Yes.
Now, refresh my memory.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it says in the handy article underneath. Marvel Rivals is like Overwatch, but with Marvel superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming out on December 6th. PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and it's free to play, so I'll ignore it. But it's a cool idea.
Yeah, you know what? Watching some gameplay, I'm gonna totally hop on this. I mean, I'm a big Marvel fan and I'm a big Overwatch fan, and
Right, right. Well, I mean, the good news about a free to play is that it doesn't cost you anything to try it, right? So
exactly. And
maybe it'll be great.
if you like it, you can plunk some money down on a
And
season pa-
they'll want you to.
season pass or uh, battle pass or whatever the heck they call them now. But yeah, if you haven't checked out any gameplay footage of it, check it out. It looks like it's gonna be pretty awesome. And you
Right
know
on.
what? You know what the sad thing is, Rob?
That Squirrel Girl's not in it.
Oh, that's not that's not confirmed.
Oh no, is Squirrel Girl Marvel?
She is.
Okay, I
Yeah.
never remember. I always bring her up and I don't remember.
When I heard the release date of December 6th,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Oh, that's so far away." And then I'm like, "That's like that's like 3 months."
It's 3 months. Yep, yep. Because
Oh.
this year just went by so
Well,
fast.
I dared to blink, Rob, is what happened. I dared to blink and blink. Oh,
It's because I dared you to move.
yeah.
That's a Switchfoot reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Nothing but timely
Yeah.
modern references here.
Another another thing revealed at Gamescom is a new Amazon Prime series.
Ah,
Actually, I checked out the teaser for this. So, the people who made Love, Death, and Robots, they are doing this series for Amazon Prime,
mm-hmm.
and it's called Secret Level. If I didn't say that already, I don't know if I did. And it's going to be an anthology series. So there's going to be 15 animated stories, and they're all going to have
Hmm.
things to do with existing video games. So some of them are Armored Core, Dungeons and Dragons, Honor of Kings, Mega Man, uh,
Mega Man.
Pac Man. There's going to be a PlayStation spotlighting beloved titles from various PlayStation studios. Uh, Sifu, which is that kung fu game where you age as you play, or you age every time you die, or whatever.
Ah,
Outer Worlds, Splunky and Unreal Tournament.
I thought it'd be like seafood, where you fight using calamari.
Ooh, I'd
Oh,
play that.
and you missed the most important game on here:
Did I?
New World Aderman, or Returnum, or
Oh,
that's
it,
only on there because Amazon is making
yeah,
the series. It's
right,
like,
right. I never said it because I was like, why does New World sound familiar, but I don't recognize that. Yeah, okay,
yeah,
that.
they're like, hey, remember this game we had?
Mm-hmm.
Here it is.
Um,
Yay.
so that's coming December 10th.
To Amazon Prime Video, which a lot of people have just by accident.
Yeah,
So,
just by.
so watch it. Or don't. I mean, I'm not your dad. I could be. Um, yeah. Mafia the Old Country. It's a game. You can play it. There you go. What's next?
Yeah. I haven't played any of the Mafia games. Have you?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
No. I couldn't care less.
So they had a first look at a game called Masters of Albion,
Ooh.
and I mean, besides a cool ass name, this comes from Peter Molyneux.
Holy smokes.
Yes, sir.
Haven't heard
For
that name in a while.
yeah, so for people who uh, unless you're old like us. He's the creator of games like Black and White and Populous, which Populous was another game that took many hours of my life.
Yep. Yep.
um, and he also made the Fable trilogy. And yeah, he had moved into. I was reading another article on this, and he had moved into making mobile games.
Oh,
And now he's come back and he's making a PC game. So
well, good for him.
yeah,
Good for him. And Dune
dude.
Awakening. It's coming to PC early 2025. There'll be some sandworms, so I won't play it. I hate worms. Worms should go back to their own country. I thought I was trying to make Ryan spit out his coffee, and it did
Mm-hmm.
not work. Um, the most racist thing I could think of. That was not actually really racist. Yeah, there's a video. It was some gameplay. I didn't watch it. Was it cool? Did you watch it?
I did, and
Okay.
I'm actually pretty stoked. It's a
Yeah.
survival action game, um, and in this one, I mean, eating is a thing, but also
Oh, good.
hydration.
Uh,
Yeah, so because you're on Dune, so
Ground Dune, you got to get your spice, man.
yeah, get the spice.
Got to get the spice.
We got a official gameplay trailer for Batman Arkham Shadows, which is a VR experience on the Meta Quest 3.
So meta, man.
Meta. I don't have a Meta Quest, so I will not be trying it, but it did look like a lot of fun.
Yeah. First person, Batman punching things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
And here's another game I couldn't. Well, okay, I shouldn't say that. I can appreciate this series. Lots of people love this series, and it's always cool to see another one. Monster Hunter Wilds, the sixth mainline entry in the beloved series. I'm reading this right from the thing because I
Mm-hmm.
don't know anything. If I had to guess, based on the gameplay trailer looking thing, you're a hunter and you go after these monsters, attacking them,
Very, very astute of you. Very astute.
and in the wilds. Yeah, honestly, I tease, but these games are always huge, and people love them.
Yes, they
And
do.
and it's going to be released for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC in 20. Sorry, in 2025. That part's probably important.
Yes.
I'm just like, it's going to eventually come out. Tommy Tallarico told me so. He had nothing
Um.
to do with this.
Also, there was Lost Records, Bloom and Rage. Got a gameplay trailer and release date.
This is from Ryan's favorite genre of teenage
Angsty.
coming of age
Yeah.
angsty video games.
Uh-huh.
Check out his video with Monster Prom if you want
Oh
to see
my
how much he
God.
appreciates that particular genre.
Uh,
I highly recommend it. It was a good time.
but yeah, as Rob's alluding to, this is from the creators of the Life is Strange series. So
Yeah, which again critically acclaimed.
yeah,
So
it's
who am I to say they're not good? But just not when I come home from a long day of work and fixing seniors printers. I don't want to. I don't actually do that for a living. I just go into a random senior's house and see if they need printers.
yeah. You should see the stack of restraining orders that Rob has.
So many restraining orders. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. It
I'm
does.
the right guy to speak about this next
Mm-hmm.
game. Call of Duty is actually getting a campaign this year. After the rushed disappointment of Modern Warfare 3, Raven Software, the team behind Black Ops 6, that's what they're at, a Black Ops. Okay.
Black Ops 6. Yep.
Made sure to reassure everyone at Gamescom that yes, there'll be a campaign this time. 7-minute gameplay reveal. There'll be some soldiers fighting each other. Oh, you know what? Set in the early 1990s against the backdrop of the Cold War. I can appreciate that.
Mhm.
I appreciate that. Marked the first mainline Call of Duty release since Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard and becoming the axis of evil. And getting out the door with Sony has been a bit of a headache. I would imagine so. I would imagine so. October 25th, day one on Xbox Game Pass, which by October 25th, they should be able to increase the price 2 or 3 more times. But
All
that's
right.
for another time. Yeah.
So the last thing we got here for Gamescom is Goat Simulator
This was fantastic. Like,
announced a remaster.
yep.
So it's supposed to be out before the end of the year. And if you're into Goat Simulator, all right, it's coming.
Look up the trailer. Look up the trailer, even if you don't like the game.
Uh huh.
It was a great trailer
Yeah.
because it had everyone guessing for quite some time.
Yeah.
Then it's like, bam, you like goats? Do you, Billy?
Billy.
Billy. And that was that.
I'm gonna quickly skim this other Gamescom document we got. Oh, did you watch the trailer for Mouse PI?
I did not.
Oh,
That looks
um,
really good, actually.
yeah.
I was that
Um,
not in that wasn't in our article.
no.
Dag nabbit.
So it's a first-person shooter done in the style of Cuphead,
Yes.
and yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Yep. Yep. No. I'm surprised they didn't mention that in this article because that really looks cool. But they did
um,
mention the new Call of Duty.
yes, of course.
Yeah.
Um, oh, you can expect to play as Shadow in the new Sonic X Shadow Generations. Is that a big deal, Rob? I don't know.
I'm an edge lord. I'm Shadow. Bah. Chaos control. Sorry, that joke is for like 3 people out there.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, it's cool, but
yeah.
whatever. We've had so many opportunities to play as Shadow. I don't know. I think
Uh,
with Sonic games now, we all just kind of wait. We don't
hmm
get excited about anything anymore. We just wait.
Wait for them to come out, see how they're received, and then then
Yeah.
see if you'll
Yeah.
play them or not.
Exactly.
We got a release date for Avowed finally, which is another one of the studios that Microsoft procured, Obsidian,
Right.
and
Right.
February 15th, 2025. Now, this release date, apparently the game could be shipped right away, but apparently they're releasing it at that time to give other games space.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Hmm.
That sounds very altruistic and probably a lie.
Some sort of lie in there, right?
Yeah. It's like, or maybe it's just a buggy
It's a buggy
mess.
buggy
Although,
mess.
that's never stopped them before from releasing a game just to get that Christmas money. So,
It's true. Yeah, I think those are the only other things we really missed. So let's move into. Did you get a chance to watch the Nintendo Direct, the Indie World and Partner Showcase?
no.
All right. Well, so this will be as new to you as it.
Although I did see the big announcement that the Switch 2 dropped later that day.
Rob, Rob, Rob.
Now with um, only 7-year-old Snapdragon
Yeah,
technology. Anyway, sorry. Let's talk Indie World.
yeah. So Indie World
Yay.
was the first part, first 20-minute blurb.
Oh, look at that. Okay. It was 2 things.
Yeah.
Nice. It was a
So
double. I
um,
should have paid attention.
so Baltoro, Baltoro, Baltoro.
I think it's
Ultro.
supposed to be Balatro.
Balatro?
Is that card supposed to be an A? I think it is because
Yes,
it's an ace.
Balatro. Okay.
There you go.
Um, very popular roguelike deck building game, and it got a big update because it features cards from The Witcher 3, Vampire Survivors, Dave the Diver, and Among Us. So,
It is cool how all these indie games all kind of work together like this and
hmm
just go in each other's
um,
games.
so there's another game announced called Neva. Oh, it's from the team behind Grizz
Yes,
or
that's the
Gree.
one with the deer that they had the big emotional thing in the beginning. This game
Yes.
looks amazing. I'm really excited about this.
Okay.
It's,
Um,
the art style is just insane, and the yeah, Greece was so beautiful, and it was actually like very emotional at times, where you're just like you're being chased by this blackness, and it's this looks really good.
well, you don't gotta wait too long. It's coming out October 15th.
Oh, there you go. There you
Yeah.
go.
Moth Qubit.
That's probably not just on this. That's on a bunch of things, though, right?
Yes.
It doesn't really say in the Nintendo release, but
Yeah. That's when it's coming to Nintendo.
gotcha.
Moth Qubit. Uh, crawl your way up the corporate ladder of an insect mega corporation in this surreal RPG. Hmm.
Cool.
Cool.
It's a good thing about these indies is like you get they've got the freedom to kind of try pretty much any idea they want to, right? So
Yeah. They announced Coffee Talk Tokyo,
he's
which
coffee talk.
I know I've heard
No
about
big whoop.
I've heard about Coffee Talk the other games, but this is a next installment in it. DLC for Sea of Stars, a game that I keep meaning to find some time to play.
It's on the list.
It's on the list. Ooh, a Shrek
Is
pack
that right?
for Power Wash Simulator. So you get to clean locations in from the movies, from the Shrek movies.
Sure.
Uh huh.
Sure. Why not? That's good. That's a
Uh,
good game.
Morsels. Play as a mouse and fight against the evil forces of predatory cats in this grungy yet whimsical top-down action roguelike.
Yeah, it's got a real gross type look to it there.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Um okay.
The
Date everything.
data.
Sandbox dating simulator. Players can indeed date pretty much everything they encounter, namely 100 characters ranging from household objects to appliances and even concepts. This might be the most woke game in the last. I don't know. I come on. You're gonna date a damn toaster. Get off my freaking lawn.
I'm so buying this
Choices
game for you, and you are so playing it online. Oh,
choices can result not just in love, but also in friendship.
hmm.
Oh good. Oh good. All right.
I love my toaster. Do you love your
Do you
toaster?
love the toaster?
Um, Peglin.
Hey, I played this game.
Have you?
Yeah, on
Oh,
PC.
okay.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
roguelike pachinko-inspired RPG.
sure is.
Is it
That's
old?
cool.
Like, how old is that?
It's at least a few years old.
It is, eh? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, you've got your little character there, and he's on the top line here,
Yeah.
like the top fifth or sixth of the screen, and then you've got balls that kind of go down like a pachinko board,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
you're trying to get all the pegs. Like it's a little bit like that game you used to have with like the dwarves and stuff. Like you played a game. It's like Peggle, not Peggle, like yeah, like Peggle, and it was like dwarves and rogues and stuff like that, and they'd be in a little ball, and you'd shoot them and try and get all the enemies, and, like in a pachinko board.
Oh, I think I remember the one. Okay. I
Yeah,
remember,
at least you know the one I'm thinking
yes,
of. Like
yeah, yeah.
it's Peglin's a little bit like that.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool, okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh,
Um,
oh, it's out right now. It
oh
came out
yeah.
2 days ago. Go play it. It really pushes the power of the Nintendo Switch.
So I hear.
Yeah,
So I hear.
yeah.
Uh,
Right. I guess I talked over you on the last one, so
no, that's fine, that's fine.
yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. This is Wobbly Life. It's a vibrant open world's physics sandbox. Do things, and you got little yellow guys, and they something
Everything
props,
is
mini
interactive,
games.
Rob. Everything is interactive.
Everything's interactive. You can date
And
anyone
then
you
you can
want.
date
No,
it.
I'm going to date this park bench. Oh, Billy, just don't date a Republican. Am I right?
Pico
Remember when we weren't political? Do you remember that?
Pico Park 2
Yeah.
is the next game they talked about.
No one's ever going to watch our show ever again.
Um, yeah, Pico Park 2. Did you play Pico Park 1? Do you know
No,
anything about
no, I
this?
have no tie to this game.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Uh,
looks cute though.
Cooperation is the key to the sequel action puzzle platformer. 2 to 8 players can work together via local or online multiplayer to navigate through more than 60 levels full of ledges, cliffs, and other obstacles.
And you can date
And you
anyone
can
you like.
date any of the other players. I was just going to say
Oh, oh, so
that.
good.
Shovel Knight,
Oh,
Shovel of Hope DX comes out in 2025.
that's funny. That's what they used to use for like DS games. They used to be like, and DX.
Yeah,
20 playable characters, seamless online multiplayer. And I notice there's two asterisks after multiplayer.
yeah.
Is that saying seamless online multiplayer dot dot not really? Dot
I,
dot?
I don't know. I don't know where the asterisks take you to. So,
Ah. So if you haven't heard of Shovel Knight, we can't help you. You
yeah,
probably shouldn't be watching this if you haven't
yeah.
heard of Shovel Knight. Um, yeah, Europa, releasing on October 11th, is a 3D action platformer in which players will glide, fly, and boost across breathtaking landscapes.
Hmm.
Launching on October 11th. A free demo is available now.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
There you go. It's cartoony.
Yeah, it looks cartoony.
Yeah, it looks cartoony. And when you're flying through the clouds, you can date anyone you
You
like.
can,
Okay, that's the last one. That's the last one.
um, man, oh man. So, Cuisinier, Cui, Cui, Cuisinier,
Cuisinier?
Cuisinier.
Cuisinier?
My goodness, it's a roguelite game combining delectable dungeon crawling and fast-paced restaurant management. I,
You,
I'm not
you
gonna
know, I
knock
guess,
anything till I try it, but it just,
yeah.
I swear people just like they write down two types of games and
Yeah,
then
that's
turning
like,
it into a roguelite and
yeah, it's genre boggle. You got the thing and you roll the dice and you're like, it's a crossword adventure. Man, this is probably why we don't cover every indie, because, like, are there games for like 3 hours here?
no, they use the last two for the
Okay,
indie.
on
Yeah.
your tail. It's a whole bunch of furries, and yeah, there should be some dating anyone you like in that game, if we're going to be honest, because I'm not going to stereotype the furries, but anyway,
Hmm.
cartoon furries, you're sleuths, it's a story driven life sim. You have to unmask a thief who's menacing a charming seaside town. And they're damn furries. If I had to pick a genre of people and genre of people's a bad way of putting it. If I had to pick a group of people who probably don't watch our show, I'd say we're not really popular with the furry crowd. But if I'm wrong, let me know.
Yeah, yeah,
Please let
absolutely.
me know in the comments or send us an email at makeusgrumpy@gmail.com,
They
which is
showed.
a domain
Oh,
I pay for. Sorry. Anyway, which
um,
we don't use for anything.
Metal Slug Tactics. They showed another trailer for. Like they've talked about this a
Yeah,
bit, but
yeah,
it's due out fall 2024. So
that's pretty exciting.
yeah. Oh, did I lie to
And
you, Rob? Oh, I
you
did.
might have.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Now there's two
You,
more left after
you
this.
know what? This actually looks pretty cool. The Plucky Squire.
Oh,
So it's like a cartoonish type game, and I believe it has some real world looking like stuff, like almost looks like AR, but you go between 2 and 3D worlds. So
oh,
it's like you go 2D and then you go into like a 3D environment, and I believe there's like real world type stuff in here. I'm going to start looking at the trailer quick,
yeah.
turning down the volume. Whoop, yep, very much turning down the trailer. Yeah, it looks very, very, very cool. So it looks like almost like a big comic book, and then it goes into like a almost like a Yoshi's Crafted World type level, and then they've
Oh,
got
yeah.
like um, what's that game? Cat Quest levels,
Yes,
and then
yes.
it looks like a book, and it's really cool. It looks really charming.
September 17th. So that's pretty quick here.
Yeah, just a little bit before my birthday.
Ooh.
I'm turning 39 again. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Add 20
yeah.
to, or add 10 to that, right?
Give or take. All right. Now, is this the actual Nintendo Direct part now, or is it still Indie World? This is still Indie World.
Indie World, the last thing is this Pizza Tower. It's
It's a
a
game.
fast-paced platforming action adventure.
Everything's a fast-paced platforming adventure.
Roguelite. No,
Roguelite. Dating sim.
dating sim.
You can date any pizza you want.
Well, it came out on the 27th, so if you want to check her out, you can.
What was your favorite Grumpy Old Gamers podcast, Billy? Oh, I really like the one where they talked about dating whoever you like the whole time.
The entire,
It
the
was very
entire,
inclusive.
that's what we're all about.
It's
Inclusion.
that's how we roll.
So, the Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase
Oh,
opened with actually with a banger that I'm not gonna mock. Tetris
I
Forever.
will. No, sorry.
Tetris Forever. I'm a big Tetris fan, and this is a big collection of probably a lot of versions of Tetris I've never even actually tried,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Tetris 2 plus Bomb Bliss. I had not even heard about this. Tetris Battle Gaiden. Um, there's a new online component called Tetris Time Warp, where it basically takes levels from each of the games that are going to be in this collection and like so if you get a Tetris and usually if you're in battle mode or whatever it drops something on the other people or
Hmm.
does something. Well, this one it changes their level and suddenly you're playing the Bomb Bliss version or this Battle Guide version and
Oh, cool.
yeah
Okay,
it
okay.
I'm pretty I mean I'm gonna get it regardless.
It's also got the Tetris Genesis simulation,
Yeah,
where you play as one of the factory workers as you sneak a copy of the cartridge that never got released out into the world, so the ROM can be dumped for future generations
there you
to.
go, there you go.
Yeah, yeah. Um, cool,
And
cool.
also they tagged on and it's the thing I get frustrated with the whole Nintendo Online service with for the NES. At the snail's
Mhm.
pace, they are releasing games for it,
Oh, yeah. Considering
and
how the Virtual Console was such a boon of like games from all sorts
like
of.
we're
Yeah.
talking on the Virtual Console, they would release 3 to 5 games a week.
Oh yeah.
not this. We're dropping two every 2 to 3 months
Yeah.
on one of the 5 systems that we have. Like, anyways, they announced at the end of this trailer that coming in December, the NES version of Tetris will
Oh
be
man.
added to the online Nintendo online catalog.
Is the Game Boy version already up?
I don't think so.
Which is a crying. It'd be a crying shame if it isn't, because it's
Yeah,
like
that's one of those.
that's how everyone first played it, right?
Yeah.
Everyone, even if you didn't have a Game Boy, you had a friend who had a Game Boy, and
Oh, sorry, I said December, Rob. They
hmm
actually made it even more open than that. It's winter, coming this winter.
coming this winter.
Yeah.
Cool.
Uh huh.
Um. Okay.
So
This one's
I didn't see this trailer, but when I was reading about it here, the thing that caught my eye is that you wield the powers of the keytar.
so is that like a keyboard guitar, like an
Yeah,
'80s?
yeah, man.
Okay, I gotta watch a little bit of this trailer. Speed into the unknown as you explore alien. Oh yeah, there it is. In a 3D open world 3D open world third person action adventures experience. It's a lot of words.
It's a lot of words.
Yeah, he's
Actually, looks like it could be some fun.
yeah, yeah.
And you got a crazy like hover surfboard too. So, oh yeah, hypersonic hoverboard.
There you go.
So,
Yeah, it's a game. This is interesting.
so they shadow dropped Goat Simulator 3 on the Switch, available now on the Switch.
Meh,
Meh.
meh.
Then they had a little what do you call it? The one where they show a whole bunch of stuff at once.
Oh,
So they showed
oh my.
an update to Dreamlight Valley, a Worms Armageddon Anniversary
Yes,
Edition.
seriously. I did. How did I not know about the Worms Armageddon? Oh, that's cool. I put like thousands of hours into that game.
Oh, yeah, I put some time into that game too.
Oh,
Um,
that's cool. It still looks the same. What makes this an anniversary version? Other than it's probably an anniversary since it
it's a
was released.
remaster of the 1999 classic.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. All right.
Have you tried Star Wars Hunters yet? I know you're not
No.
big on shooters and stuff, but um, I keep meaning to try this because I mean it's only available on Switch or mobile. So,
Is it by the makers of the Acolyte?
ooh.
Ooh. Ooh.
um, Stalker Legends of the Zone trilogy
Okay. Okay.
coming to the Switch. Um, uh, big up or new in-game event for Disney Dreamlight Valley end of summer.
Okay.
Yeah, uh,
yeah.
that's what was in that collection. Next up, they showed SpongeBob SquarePants, the Patrick Star game. Patrick takes his lead in his very own game, an open world playground that puts all of the Bikini Bottom at your disposal.
All right. The thing with SpongeBob games,
Mm-hmm.
there's not really a middle ground of like it's either a really really good game
Mm-hmm.
or it's really really bad game.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling good about this one. Um, this to me looks like a game that is at the end, the console's end of its life. They're squeezing out a little bit more,
Mm-hmm.
and a franchise that kind of had its peak of popularity already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You wanna take this next one?
sure, sure. What we got here? Hey, okay,
Thought that might
yeah, yeah.
catch your attention.
There you go. Dating sim. Oh no. Fitness Boxing 3. I goofed around with this a little bit with the first couple there.
Yeah. I
They
uh,
even
I
have,
I played the first one a lot myself.
yeah, yeah. Punch up your workout with your very own personal trainer. Train at your own pace with a quick workout, mitt drills, and more. They're even seated training options. Which honestly, you could play the. Well, no, I guess they want you to dip and
Yeah.
weave and yeah,
Bob and Weave, yeah.
good stuff.
So they showed the Capcom Fighting Collection 2, which we may or may not have talked about already.
I don't think we did. This is a
Um,
pretty big deal. This is
yeah,
a really big deal.
it is, right? Um, so yeah, it's gonna have Capcom versus SNK2, Power Stone, Power Stone 2, Plasma Sword. Wow. Um,
It's past Ryan's bedtime. You'll have
yeah.
to.
Also, so yeah, that's like awesome. I don't know what else to say. Like, there's some
Yeah,
great fighters in there. Like, every time I read stuff like this, I just want to get back into playing them again. But
yeah.
what I think I miss more than like playing them is playing them with buddies.
Oh
That's
yeah,
that's the
absolutely.
thing I miss more than actually playing these.
Yeah, and this other one actually got a little bit more excitement from a lot of the diehard fighters, that Marvel and versus Capcom fighting collection, because a lot of
Yes.
these games have not been available for some time. From what I understand, I have to admit I'm
Mm-hmm.
not a huge fighting game guy, but it's got Marvel versus Capcom, Marvel versus Capcom 2, Children of the Atom, which is cool, Marvel Superheroes, X Men versus Street Fighter, a couple of franchises that are kind of indie darling about. Mar- Sorry, that was. I'm a funny guy. Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fight, and even the coin op arcade classic, The Punisher. That one was pretty
Yes.
interesting
Yes.
because that's more of like a good old fashioned beat 'em up, right?
Yeah.
So
Well, isn't Children of the Atom a beat 'em up too, or is
it
that
is
a
absolutely, yeah,
yeah?
yeah. But it kind of went more with the yeah. I guess yeah, no, fair enough, fair enough.
But anyways, I have a feeling I will be adding this to my repertoire.
Yeah, I'll probably pick this one up too, but it won't be on the Switch. That's kind of a theme of like a lot of these
Yeah.
games is like it's really cool. Play it on something else.
All right. This next one, I have no idea how to say this.
Yeah, tell us all about this next game, Ryan.
Atelier Yumiya, The Alchemist of Memories and Envisioned Land.
Yeah, yeah, this is a classic,
An alchemy themed JRPG around the concept of memory.
and the opening screen of the video has like a Japanese girl, probably too young to be in a position she's in, bent over so you can see her buttocks. Although it looks like she's flipping around something, but
Yeah.
this game just looks to me like yeah,
What do the kids call that? A thirst trap?
yeah, yeah. And oh, I'm gonna go right into this one here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say this so wrong, it's gonna make some people really mad. It's a remaster of Suikoden 1 and 2 HD. Suikoden? Suikoden? More
Suikoden?
Japanese type
Suikoden?
games.
Yeah.
You can befriend up to 108 allies, build up your own base, and date anyone you like. All right, your turn.
Um, Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D remake. So done in the style of Octopath Traveler and Triangle strategy.
Those look like Dragon Ball Z characters on the beginning of the video.
It really does, doesn't it?
Their noses, yeah, yeah,
But yeah, I mean, Dragon Quest 3.
yeah. Then we got a, a little game series I never got into, but there's 3DS classics for Castlevania Dominus Collection. So it includes Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow, Castlevania Portrait of Ruin, and Castlevania Electric Boogaloo, plus 2 versions of Haunted Castle, the arcade game that started it all. The last one was Castlevania Order of Ecclesia.
Sure.
It's funny. There's so many Castlevania games I've never heard of.
I know. I thought I was pretty
Um,
on top of the whole Castlevania.
yeah, there were literally 3 games for the DS I've never heard of, and
Uh-huh.
um, anyway, it'll be awesome. So yeah,
So when we were skimming the pre-show notes, we both saw this one and did a little head scratch for it. Civilization 7 is coming to the Switch in February. Just wondering how that's going to run run on the Switch.
yeah. Also, very detailed, fine game. You're constantly zooming out to see more of. I'm assuming it's like most people will play this docked. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know if the gameplay that they show in the trailer is actually of it on the Switch.
I think it is. I've seen some,
Okay.
but yeah, there's
Yep,
no
some very
word here.
high up. Yeah.
No word here if it's going to be. No, I don't think it's going to be streamed. I think it's going to be. Yeah, I'll play it on my PC. Thank you.
Yeah, this is not the way to play it, that's for sure. It's gone well past the stage of
So do we got time for a quick story about like
absolutely.
playing like a simulator on the Switch?
We
So
can we can take as long as we want. It's our damn show.
damn right. So
That's right.
my
That's right.
wife really wanted to play after she saw me playing Two Point Hospital.
Hmm.
She really wanted to play it, and she she didn't really have a gaming computer, just kind of a work one.
Hmm.
And but she has a Switch, so I told her it's on there, and she downloaded it, and she played it, having never played it on PC. But when I
Hmm.
watched her play it, like just how clunky it is to have to navigate your menus and everything using thumbsticks and buttons, like yeah, I don't think I could go and play that after playing it on PC. It would be too infuriating.
There's just certain things that work better with a mouse and keyboard
Yeah.
and a graphics
Well,
capable
yeah.
device. Yeah.
Also, there were some weird limitations. I can't remember. Oh, it had to do. There's multiple buildings, and like you had to go to a building, like choose a building, where,
Hmm.
and then go to it and do your stuff, and then whereas if you're on PC, it's all just part of the map.
Oh
Like
yeah.
you can see all your buildings at once, but you had to go to each building individually, and so yeah, yeah,
They, when you go to another building, you have to switch SD cards.
pretty much.
Uh, and I mean, the most important. Okay, I'm done making jokes. Tales of Grace's F Remastered, another Japanimation looking game. It was originally released on the Wii.
Oh.
It's an RPG classic, according to its mother,
Hmm.
with improved graphics and autosave features, sure to delight existing fans and newcomers in the blah 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 blah. All right,
Um, My Sims Cozy Bundle. So is My Sims like a looks like a kid version of The Sims? Is that
I guess. Yeah.
hmm. So
Yep,
two beloved My Sims games come together in this new collection. My Sims and My Sims Kingdom. It combines cozy life simulation with compelling narrative elements. I didn't even know this existed.
it does. It sure does.
Here we go. This next game is one that you're going to play for everybody, right?
Not on the Switch. Um, so,
Yeah.
um, yeah, so Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2 and Security Breach Ruin Holiday 2024. Okay, so it's a flat screen continuation of the suspenseful survival series' previous VR outing, Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2. Okay, so
Okay.
they made a non VR version of a VR game. And then Help Wanted 2 or Security Breach Ruin is that was the new one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go. The Switch continuing to release games that were released on PC a year and a half to 2 years ago.
Hmm.
I mean, cool, good, 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 good.
Next up, we had another little cluster of games. Tales of the Shire,
Clusters.
a Lord of the Rings game, where you create your own Hobbit character, decorate your Hobbit home, tend your garden, fish, and do everything else a good Hobbit does, as well as date other Hobbits.
As well as date anyone you like.
Um,
Um, yeah,
Just Dance 2025,
yep,
Funko Fusion, a game based on Funko Pop things,
yep, yep,
uh,
yep, yep,
EA
yep.
Sports FC 25, so a soccer soccer game for
Yeah,
the Switch.
continuing the tradition of making soccer games for the Switch that are just nowhere near what the PC or PlayStation actually looks like, but it's still the same price.
Yes. And then lastly, Lego Horizon Adventures, which, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a Lego game.
it's
It'll,
a Lego game, and but
yeah,
it is of note that that's a Sony
that's right. That's right.
license, or what would you call that?
Intellectual property, I
Intellectual
guess.
property, IP.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, the interesting thing about that too is that like you can't not release a Lego. So that's probably what they were just looking at. Like, well, we like money.
yeah,
Yeah.
true.
And in case you're thinking, man, I'm not even remote yet. Here's another Japanese game. Rune Factory, Guardians of Azuma. There's a couple of Japanese folks or folks. I don't need to mention they're Japanese, I guess. Um, doing flips. There's some dragons. I can't even pretend to be interested
Yeah,
about this one. Next. Oh look,
and
you get a completely new and game.
yeah, so Yakuza Kiwami.
This one has a dragon.
Yeah,
As opposed to the
um,
other one.
you apparently go back to where the critically acclaimed venture started. So, yeah, a Yakuza game coming to the Switch.
There you go. There you go.
Whew. So
Wow,
that
that was a lot.
that was a lot of game news.
Yeah.
Whew. Oh. Stretch it out, wiggle it
That
out.
was. That's right. That's right.
Open my second beverage.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
All right.
Yeah. So let us know if any of that tickled your fancy.
Yeah. Email us
Um,
at makeusgrumpy@gmail.com.
make us grumpy at gmail.com. Or leave a note in our guest book on our website. Remember when
Mm-hmm.
they had guest books on websites?
Yeah.
I do. Used to have a counter too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you could have
That's
a
right.
counter, and every time someone visited your site, the counter would go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Man, if we had one of those, we'd have like dozens of
Dozens,
people checking us out.
dozens of them.
And only really dozens because, like, each of us have two parents and at least one sibling.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
guess I don't know. Brent and Damon have never mentioned if they have siblings.
Damon has.
Damon has siblings.
Yeah, he has a brother. I know for sure.
What's his name and social insurance number?
It's Ted and 444-139-678.
Somewhere out in the world is someone who has that, and he's like, "Hey,
That's not
how do they know my
Ted's.
name's? It's not Ted. That's mine."
All right. So that's all the news. I hope you guys heard some. There's some stuff in there I can't wait to play. I hope there's some stuff you can't wait to play. Let's move into what we've been playing. Rob, you
Sure.
want me to go first, and then we'll let you at her.
Sounds
So
good.
besides still playing copious amounts of Overwatch 2 and Helldivers 2,
Mm-hmm.
um, nice. Um, right before I let my Game Pass lapse, because I
Mm-hmm.
decided, you know what, as much as I liked having it and having the ability to just play any of those games whenever I wanted, turns out I wasn't playing a lot of games on Game Pass right now. I haven't,
Yep.
I don't know, the summer has been crazy, life is crazy, and I haven't had the time to play games that I would like to. So, but before I let it lapse, I did get to try Hellblade 2, Senua's Saga. I
Yep.
put about 2 hours into it, so not.
Okay.
But man, oh man, Rob, if this is where games are going, like blah,
Ah.
blah, like the graphics on this thing are so insane for like photorealism and interacting with the environments and everything. Um, and like when you're in a sword fight, like when you hit someone, we've seen it before where you hit someone and they're bleeding, but this seems to like actually cut them. Like you actually see a cut, and like some of the spots you hit harder, it's like a bigger cut, and they'll drip more blood. Um, but it was the backgrounds and the areas you were in that just blew me away. It Yeah, it's insane. And I mean like the game itself is it's all about mental health and
Yeah. Yeah.
um, you know, I was playing it on my TV um, with surround sound on, and like you got voices coming at you from every direction, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, um, it's pretty awesome. Like I kind of like I almost renewed just to, so I could finish it out, but um, I'll go back to it someday. It's an Xbox made game. It'll be on Game Pass forever, so
Oh, sure.
I'll go back to it when I renew Game Pass. Next up, I played a game. I was looking through my Steam library, and I'm like, man, I just want a little game to play,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to get too much into
Whew.
anything. And I was just scrolling, and I came across Exit the Gungeon, which is the sequel to Enter the Gungeon. Have you played Exit the Gungeon?
I played a little bit of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, so the biggest difference of this one is instead of being what's the? I'm having trouble with words tonight, Rob. But what's that 3D plane where you can kind of go from the front to the back of the screen called? Um, the way that you always get this look like you have no idea. You know how Enter the Gungeon, like you could
Yep.
basically
Yep.
move around the screen, and it was like the
Yep.
the forward of the
Isometric.
isometric. Thank you.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Anyways, Exit the Gungeon is just side view. Um, it's side scrolling, and basically what seems to happen is you've entered the gungeon and made it all the way to the bottom, so now you got to get back out, and so you take these elevator rides that kind of drop you in a after you go through an elevator ride, and like I said, it's all side 2D side scrolling this time, but still same idea. You're picking up weapons and dodging tons of bullets.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
um, and then you take an elevator ride and do a bunch of killing and dodging, and then you come through the rooms, and then the big room has like five smaller rooms that you got to kind of get through before they'll open up another elevator ride up even further. And um, yeah, I mean, it's an excellent sequel to Enter the Gungeon, and enough of it is familiar with the gameplay and your weapons and stuff to make it, as fun as the first one was. And then, just with the, I don't know if you would call it added or subtracted of it
Hmm.
just being a side scroller. Um, yeah, I don't know. I had fun. I had fun playing it. Put a few hours into it. So,
Right on.
next up, I it showed up in my recommended list because I've
Really? Okay. What you
uh
been playing?
it's called Choo Survivor, and it showed up in my recommended because of I've bought a bunch of Vampire Survivor like games, and so this one's called Choo Survivor, and basically
Hmm.
it's a train basically going from left to right on your screen. But the same idea is, you're picking up, you choose weapons as they come in, just like in Vampire Survivor. So you choose if you want, the cannon, or if you want the
Hmm.
shotgun, or if you want the mortar, and then you can choose to upgrade them more. And there's like, just like in Vampire Survivor, just like in Vampire Survivor, um, then you've got your subcategory of like, okay, well this one it grabs more of the money, or the thing that levels you. I can't remember what it is. I think it's money. Yeah, money levels you in this one. So it grabs the money from further, or just like it's it's Vampire Survivor, but in a more linear form because you're just on a train on rails, and you control the speed of the train, and that's kind of your big thing if you're trying to just make it through the level. And so
Right on.
some might say I choose you, Survivor.
Some people might say that. Yay, you said it. I was trying to get Ryan to say that in the show notes here. Because who doesn't appreciate a good
Simpsons.
Wiggum,
Yeah.
Ralph Wiggum reference?
I choose you, Survivor.
Yeah.
And then
And th-
lastly, I've been
yeah.
diving into Super Mario Land.
And I want to imagine that you've got like a Game Boy that you're just playing within your bed. You know, your wife's trying to sleep and you've got the little Game Boy light and you're like
trying
under
to
the
trying
covers.
to work with the glare, right?
Hmm. Yep.
Well, it's almost there. I'm doing that with a Switch. How about that?
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
holding up the bright screen in the room. And
Hmm.
but you know what? I Super Mario Land was not a game I owned for the Game Boy.
Hmm.
It was one that I borrowed off a friend, and I played it for a week, finished it, and that was kind of it. And I've always been drawn to the game kind of because of the weapon that you get in the game. Instead of a fireball, it's like that
Hmm.
boomerang ball, right?
It like bounces all over the
Yeah.
place. Yeah.
So, I've been trying. I think I'm about halfway through now. I've just been trying to finish it again. So it's not a super long adventure. I remember that
No, no, games back then they had to last about the length of the batteries, so
exactly. So yeah, that's those are the kind of games that I've been playing outside of my usual, like I said, Helldivers 2 and Overwatch 2. So yeah,
very nice. Right on.
what have you got for us, Rob?
Well, I've been playing games go here. I haven't heard of that one. No, I actually have some games. I was commenting to Ryan and said I feel dirty, and he said, "Oh, why? What's going on?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm have to get rid of a body." But besides that, I downloaded Borderlands 2 again for the 300th time, and the it's how some people when they're on Netflix and they're like, oh, I'm just gonna watch The Office again because it's just my favorite show and I'm gonna watch it for the 400th time. That's just me with Borderlands 2. Like
Mm-hmm.
Borderlands 3 was good. I don't feel drawn to play it again like I do with 2. And I'm also playing the DLC that I had forgotten about, the Commander Lilith Fight for Sanctuary one, the one that came out right when Borderlands 3 came out. They
Oh,
had kind of that event where it's like they had the DLC and they had and then they had Borderlands 3, and of course I was playing Borderlands 3 at the time. So
does it like
um,
lead you into three? Is that like story wise, or is it not connected?
I don't believe it's going to be unless they steer a certain way in the end.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of introduces a new villain who's like covering Pandora with gas, and like the beginning of the game starts with these invaders landing on Sanctuary, and you're trying to fight them off. And, yeah, no, it's been good so far. It's a lot of like plant based enemies, and I have heard there like the section I'm going into now has got sandworms, and that's usually the part where I sandworms and mimics are like things that jump out of the ground, and mimics are the usually where I start making myself play just to get through them. Not a big fan of like things jumping out and like grabbing you in their teeth, and but it's been a good game. I mean, it's Borderlands 2 DLC. Like they're all good. It's a it's a shame that Tiny Tina, which was one of the big ones, the D&D one, has mimics because I will never finish it. Then um, the
Mm-hmm.
mimics are done really really well, and I saw like two, and I'm like I'm done. I'm not playing anymore. Because you walk up to the chest and you go to grab it, and like this big teethy jump scare. Um,
Gets you, yeah,
but
yeah.
in a funny story, I bought the DLC for on the Epic Game Store before I remembered that the because I own it on a couple different systems and like game launchers, that all my game saves were on Steam.
Oh no.
So thanks to the internet, I was able to find out how to move my. You can actually copy your save files from the Steam version
Oh,
onto the Epic Game Save Game folder. They have different folders and works just fine. Because I was
oh,
like,
good, good.
because I'm like, I don't want to play to level 30. And you can start a character at level 30 once you buy DLC. It's kind of a nice feature about it, but I just wasn't in the mood to do it. So yeah, it's good.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then I've been playing a couple of Lego games, just kind of off the because Humble Bundle had a
Oh
Lego
yeah.
pack. So I've been playing the Lego Movie. I started to play Lego Marvels or Marvel Avengers or what that one was.
Mm-hmm.
And I remembered how I played it for the Vita, and I put way too much time into it, and I wasn't really in the mood to do it again.
Gotcha.
Um, yeah, but those games are great. They're like a good way to kill some time. They're cute, well made.
Yeah.
Um, I think it's about it. I can't think of anything else I might have played. Yeah, yeah. It's been a busy few weeks, and it just hasn't felt like there's been a lot of time for gaming. So
Yeah. Agreed.
yeah,
Agreed. Well, do you have anything making you grumpy, Rob? Game related?
yeah, yeah. Nothing I can talk about without getting fired. So yeah, yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
why don't you take us home then, Rob?
All right. All right. Well, thank you for joining our semi-annual podcast conversation here. Grumpy old gamers, you can't teach an old gamer new tricks. Electric Boogaloo, where we once again want to remind you you can date anyone when you're listening to our podcast. We don't judge. Ryan's in love with his water bottle. Um, yeah. If you like this, and if you've made it to this point, I admire your
Oh,
persistence.
was that sexually explicit?
Um, If you for some reason want to catch more of this, you can look for our podcast on anywhere where podcasts are stored. I guess I was going to say Google Podcast, but I guess it's not a thing anymore. YouTube Music Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify. You can go right to Buzzsprout.
Yep.
Who are they're not sponsor of the show. Affiliate, I guess.
Affiliate,
Yeah. We have a website that we still pay for, makeusgrumpy.com. Or no, that's not it. thegrumpyoldgamers.com. I own the domain makeusgrumpy.com, but we've never done anything with it.
Yeah.
But I have it, so you can't. Someday we may do something. You can catch some top 10 lists and all sorts of fun reviews on there. Most of our activities on the Facebook page. Look for us at Grumpy Old Gamers, where you see myself and Ryan and Brent and Damon as we post interesting articles, have discussions, talk about some of the best video games systems ever made, like the 3DO over here. And on YouTube, you can check out the podcast. Ryan does a whole bunch of playthroughs of Overwatch and Helldivers.
Yeah, I got a bunch of them up there now.
We got some specialty videos there. I have a series that's going on now called the FMV files, which are playthroughs of some of the cheesiest full motion video.
Yeah, they're
Laserdisc type
awesome
games on there. So, and like we said repeatedly throughout the show, you can, if you want to reach out and chat or talk about us or tell us how awesome you think Ryan's room is, you can email us at makeusgrumpy@gmail.com. We have a partnership with Gmail to use their email. And they don't know we exist.
Us and a few billion of our closest friends.
Us and a few billion of our closest friends. That's with all that. We thank you for listening. Hope that you have a super duper day, and we'll catch you 3 or 6 months when we do the next one. So have a good night. Take care.
Bye.
And bye-bye.